Um, that's very career field dependent. Generally, when you're looking to rank up, you're competing with other people in your career field. Um, that there's that's not necessarily true in all career fields. Um, from my experience, generally speaking, E2 to E4 is guaranteed as long as you don't like screw up in some major way. You don't have to do anything to attain those ranks in the Air Force. You kind of just have to be a good boy or girl and just wait, essentially. There's one program called Below the Zone that you can get E4 earlier than your peers, and that's like an award you get. All awards in basically every military branch are based on like a bullet sheet. So like, um, it's kind of like a resume for your year. Basically, you talk about all the great things you did that year in like the most charitable and grandiose way possible, and try to convince someone above you that I'm a good leader. I'm already doing things that are worthy of the higher rank, so I should be awarded the next rank. And then there's a point system that's related to that, um, and that really varies year to year on how higher ups decide that point system is going to work. Generally speaking, it's broken up into three categories. The first one is like your enlisted performance, and that's the bullet thing I was talking about for like what you did that year. Um, and that's how most awards are granted, regardless. So like if you're going up for a quarterly award, it'd be the exact same way. You just do a bullet sheet of all the great things you did that quarter, and hopefully it's racks and stacks comparatively well against your peers. And there's tons of different variations of awards. There's like base awards, or squadron awards, there's like Air Force wide awards, all that stuff. And then there's the second part for ranking up is how good you are at your job. So most career fields have like a test that is specific to your job that you take to demonstrate like your skill at your job, like book wise, like how much stuff do you know about your job. My career field didn't have that, unfortunately, but yeah, most career fields do. And then the third part of that is like a aptitude test for like Air Force knowledge. Um, and that's rank dependent. So when I took mine for achieving E5, which is sergeant, um, a lot of the questions are related to, like some of it's Air Force history, some of it's like Air Force standards. So like what what's the exact inch length you need to have your hair as a male, or like what is the what's the ponytail standards for women, things of that nature. Um, and then the score you get on that test also applies to like your overall score. Um, and basically, all the people in your career field are rack and stacked at the end of the year when they're determining who's going to promote and who's not. And if you get enough points, then you'll be promoted. If you don't, then you have to wait till next year. Um, I promoted my first try when I was in my fourth year, at the end of my fourth year. And then if I had stayed in longer, I would have tested for the next one. But I had gotten out the year that I was going to test for that.
Yeah, yeah, I had to ask you that because sometimes on TV and media, it seems like there's this whole celebration, like, oh, you ranked up, here's your badge.
Yeah,
So I had to ask that.
it's not that serious. Sometimes they hold like a little ceremony, but like it's not huge. I mean, when you have like 400 people in your squadron and like 10 people or 20 people are making E5, it's like woohoo. Now, when you get to the higher ranks, then it gets like pretty serious because then like people know you're committed to the military at that point because you've put in so much time and effort to get that far. So those become like a little bit more celebration. I would say like the biggest celebrations in the military are generally like retirements. Like when people that have been in for like 20, 30, 25 years retire, and they've achieved all these things, and they've attained such a high rank, those celebrations can get pretty big. But other than that, I wouldn't say like military celebrations are particularly crazy
Mm.
or extravagant.
Right, right.